opponents of the evening. Introducing first, from the City of Angels, weighing 215 pounds, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. And his opponent, from Ocala, Washington, weighing 209 pounds and accompanied by Kyle O'Reilly, Davey.
April 2010, the debut of Ring of Honor in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Big Bang Internet pay-per-view, and the return of Ring of Honor of the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. Dave, you were there in the middle of the ring conducting an interview with Davey, and out came the fallen angel, shocking the world. And now here we are 6 months later, getting ready to finally see these two men do battle.
I believe what drew out Christopher Daniels on that evening was Davey Richards making the declaration that he feels he's the best wrestler in the world. And well, Daniels took exception with that and made it known not only is he coming for the Ring of Honor World Championship, but anybody else who claims to be the best in the world, he needs to prove himself against as an opponent.
And certainly one thing that I know Daniels could do is he could rest on his resume, and he could come out here and say that he deserves a title opportunity and probably would get one. But since he has returned to Ring of Honor, I think everyone can agree that Christopher Daniels may have never been better in his entire career and fights with a fire in his belly that is second to none. It's amazing.
He is in top physical condition, in addition to also having the wisdom of the years of professional wrestling, traveling the globe, competing in Japan, throughout the United States, down in Mexico, Puerto Rico, you name it, Christopher Daniels has been there. He's been in the ring against the very best in the business. And that's what makes him such a complete wrestler and the athlete we see here this evening in the main event against another man that many of these fans have chanted best in the world and next world champ at repeatedly.
Well, we'll find out who will be the next world champion, because both Davey Richards and Christopher Daniels have opportunities at the goal. Mississauga, Ontario, it's Christopher Daniels' turn first against Roderick Strong. And then the winner of that match will go on to Final Battle and take on Davey Richards.
There's been a lot of tension as of late between Richards and Roderick Strong. Just expecting that to be the main event of Final Battle, but if Daniels can upset Roderick Strong and take the title in Canada, that changes the complexion of Final Battle completely.
Sweep the leg there from the fallen angel. You have to wonder, as Davey Richards was coming up in the ranks, being a West Coast guy, state of Washington, think how much tape or DVD did he study of Christopher Daniels? And how much has he patterned himself after the likes of a Christopher Daniels?
You would think that any professional wrestler that started as a fan and decided to train to become a professional wrestler would watch tapes and later on DVDs of men like Christopher Daniels, who really became the first independent stars in professional wrestling during the mid to late 90s. Christopher Daniels was one of those guys that traveled all over the country to better himself, get in the ring against top-level competition, and it's guys like Daniels that paved the way for the athletes like Davey Richards that we see today.
Trying to fight out of the pinning combination here. Hammerlock, the bar was armed. Both Daniels and Richards are Super 8 alumni. Both men would love to claim ROH World Championship gold.
Two former ROH Tag Team Champions as well. They would love to have that singles World Championship around their waist. Daniels, part of Ring of Honor from the very first show. Made headlines when he refused to follow the Code of Honor.
Yeah, right. And again, and now we look at Davey Richards. There was so much speculation through the second half of this year, up until just a few weeks ago, Dave, that Davey Richards was going to be hanging him up at the end of the year. But that indeed was not the case.
He had said that he was through with professional wrestling, was going to focus on being a paramedic and a fireman and devote all of his time to his family. But, you know, he reconsidered. He thought about things. He discussed it with his family and realized how important pro wrestling is in his life. And if he were to hang up the boots and give it up, not only here in ROH, but anywhere in the world, without earning the World Championship and realizing his goals in this industry, you know, he would go on to regret it later in life. So Davey Richards is still a professional wrestler. He is going to stay here with Ring of Honor until he is successful and achieves every goal that he sets for us.
And you know, with Davey Richards, so much has been about, you know, having great matches, but being a world champion is the preeminent goal. That being said, Davey Richards will probably earn the honor of Best Match of the Year for one of the two battles with Tyler Black, be it the one at Death Before Dishonor up in Toronto, or the one that recently aired on HDNet.
Yeah, both of them were fantastic back-and-forth battles, displaying the athleticism of Davey Richards as he takes Christopher Daniels off his feet right here. The pace quickens. Leg lariat caught Daniels out of midair.
That's a game changer right there. You know, of course, there's more opportunities, and who knows, it could be this match winds up a nominee. But I think what Davey wants, like you said, is not the honor and the respect from the fans and the rest of the media for being a great wrestler. He wants the hardware to go with it.
He wants the hardware to go with it. He loves competition. You know, he's not one of those guys. When Tyler Black made the decision to leave Ring of Honor for more money elsewhere, move on in his career, Davey Richards made it known he's not in it for the money. He's in it for competition. That's why he decided to stay with Ring of Honor. He had an opportunity to go elsewhere, and he turned it down because he likes the competition brought by the athletes in ROH.
You know, same could be said for anybody that chooses a career as a paramedic or a fireman. Yeah. They're not doing it for the money. They're doing it because of service to others. They're doing it for the honor of saving lives. And with Davey, it's about the honor of being inside those three ropes in that squared circle.
Christopher Daniels, in many ways, feels the same way. He craves that competition. That's why he has traveled the globe, really dedicated himself to the craft. As he takes Richards off his feet with the shoulder tackle. These are two very explosive wrestlers when they get the opportunity. Cartwheel from Daniels and landing several jabs here on Davey Richards.
There's a leg lariat from the Fallen Angel. Kick out at one.
Right to the chin lock goes Daniels. Both of these men are no stranger to lengthy matches in professional wrestling. Tyler Black, Davey Richards match at Death Before Dishonor that you mentioned, upwards of 40 minutes in length. Their HDNet battle took up the entire edition of that week's television show. Christopher Daniels has had 60-minute time limit draws in the past here in ROH, fighting to try to become the world champion. Never achieved that goal.
Knife edge chop there. A little surprised that Richards didn't give a clean break earlier on. Nonetheless, this is about winning. This is about finding out who is the best between these two men. Ooh!
All the way out to the floor.
Did Daniels try to catch himself on the apron? I don't know, but oh! Wow!
All that really matters right now is the pain shooting through his chest. Davey Richards. The hunt continues here tonight. Hunting all the competition, and tonight it happens to be the Fallen Angel.
And I can't wait to have the opportunity to talk with Roderick Strong when he returns from Japan to find out his thoughts about all the men that are lining up for his title. Oh my goodness!
Got all that running boot. You know, as much as these two guys want to say that they're fighting over the title of who's the best in the world, Roderick Strong has the belt. He's the best in the world. That's why he's competing in Japan right now, because he is an in-demand athlete by many organizations, not just Ring of Honor.
Yeah, the prestige of the Ring of Honor World Championship is what it is all about. So now with Davey Richards in control, he's going to look to try to press that advantage. If he can scissor the legs, he's going to spin him over. And that inverted move, what do we call that? It's a version of a figure four leg lock.
It's a version of an Indian deathlock as well, just putting pressure on the legs. Daniels trying to inch his way toward the ropes to force a break. Davey Richards has so many ways he can put you away, whether it be the ankle lock he's been utilizing lately. A maneuver like that. He also utilizes the clover leaf for submission wins. We've seen him use the Kimura for submission victories.
Yeah, the
DR driver for pinfall victories. Davey Richards, one of the most beautiful shooting star presses in professional wrestling.
Here's a lateral press. The cover.
It's that variety of different ways that he can earn a victory that makes him so good and so dangerous inside the ring.
And it was best moonsault ever that led Christopher Daniels to a non-title victory over Roderick Strong that we saw recently on ROH on HDNet, which qualified him for that title opportunity November 13th in Mississauga.
Shoulders of Richards down.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Only two. Daniels is just like Richards, that he utilizes several different finishing maneuvers against his opponents. Not only the best moonsault ever, again rolling the shoulders here, again only two. He utilizes last rights, the Angel's wings.
Oh, the Koji clutch is one of my favorites.
Well, yeah. So Christopher Daniels, very dangerous in the variety of different ways he can win a match.
And we want to send out a medical word that at the completion of the match, we saw earlier on the I Quit match. Wait a minute. Steve Corino needed medical attention and was not in good physical shape, as you could well imagine. And we may not see Steve Corino quite some time here in Ring of Honor.
Definitely in bad shape, very visibly. His arm bleeding profusely, but he is getting the necessary medical attention here tonight. That's what counts.
And look at the way Richards has the fallen angel twisted and tied up.
Shoulders flat there for a near fall. And Daniels saw how close he was to that bottom row. Couldn't quite grasp it. Time to break up the pin attempt. Had to get the shoulder up.
Daniels fighting up from underneath. A couple of shots in the midsection. Ooh, my goodness.
One of the most brutal kicks you will ever see come from Davey Richards. Same to be said for his chops, his forearms, his punches. No danger. It's on the brakes.
Oh, man.
Daniels ducked his head looking for a backdrop possibly. But it's Davey that gets dropped all the way to the floor.
Look out.
Missile drop kick avoided.
Oh, my goodness. Both men caught it.
Such fantastic scouting by both competitors. Daniels able to strike Davey Richards as he went for the dive. Usually he gets enough momentum to not only drive his opponent back first into the barricade, but Richards oftentimes winds up in the fifth row. All that momentum taken away from the strike by Christopher Daniels.
And now the Arabian moonsault, beautiful.
And landing on his feet.
An amazing athlete. There's a reason why there is so much momentum right now, I think, with Ring of Honor. And I think with the calendar through the rest of 2010 and on into 2011, the attention that this promotion and all its great athletes are encountering right now. It's athletes like this. Lateral press off the beautiful crossbody from the top. And when you fight for something that means so much to you, personally and professionally, that's why everyone gets into professional wrestling. That's why everybody dreams of being a champion. This is what they want, and they have the opportunity here in ROH.
They want the competition, they want the opportunity to prove that they are the best at what they do. And this is just a matchup for two guys fighting for the chance to maybe get a title shot in the future. They both have their title shot opportunities coming up in the next several weeks.
Why not? You know your mom.
Yeah, nothing changes. Nothing changes regardless of who wins or loses, except for the fact that they want to win, and they have to win.
They both feel they're the better man.
Yes, and that's what makes this so great.
Cover by Daniels. Richards with the shoulder up.
You know, talking with Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin after their ROH debut at Glory by Honor 9, both of them echoed those sentiments. Both have made a lot of money in the wrestling business. Both neither need the money from the wrestling business right now, but both want to compete in Ring of Honor because of what it means to them personally and professionally.
They see what the tag team division in ROH is all about. You know, young wrestlers working their way in the singles competition, see what this main event picture looks like in Ring of Honor. They want to test themselves. That's why guys like Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly are here. They want to, 2 or 3 years from now, be in the position of a Davey Richards or a Christopher Daniels fighting for that top spot. And the only way to get into that spot is to take on top-level competition like the wrestlers on the roster here in Ring of Honor.
In fact, it's great to see Kyle O'Reilly out here ringside with his mentor accompanying him at ringside.
He's going to learn a lot just watching Davey Richards do what he does inside the ring here against Daniels.
Daniels,
body slam.
Full slam, and now here's another Arabian inside this time.
Not enough to keep him down for 3. It is trying to wear down Davey Richards.
Daniels has been consistent with the attack on the lower back. He has really focused in on the lower third of Daniels' rib cage, or excuse me, of Davey's rib cage and back. That's where that Koji clutch is applied, and so much pressure goes directly to that region of the body. My goodness.
And if he were to utilize last rites, it also dumps him right on his back. Right into the corner goes Davey Richards. Daniels follows in with a running clothesline. As we've seen in the matches between Davey Richards and Tyler Black, it takes a lot to wear down someone like Richards. He's got so much energy and endurance. Even after a 40-minute fight, as physical as this, he continues to battle like that, throwing the kick.
Again, when you have a singular focus and purpose in mind, it's easier to keep your vision. And that's what Davey does so well. When he gets worn down, he never loses focus on his task at hand. Daniels creating some distance now. Davey looking to close in. Wow.
Running forearm strike in the corner. Snap suplex. Very reminiscent of the Dynamite Kid. Big influence on Davey Richards for sure.
How far can Davey fly? 3/4 of the way across the ring.
Only 2. Daniels kicks out. Yeah, 3/4 of the way across the ring with the diving headbutt. And these fans here in Chicago love the competitive action. DR driver. No.
Another suplex attempt. This time, Davey puts Daniels up on that top strand.
Perhaps a superplex is what he has in mind, but Daniels trying to fight his way out of this position. Fighting for the maneuver here up top.
Daniels used a Super Angel's wings to score victory at Glory by Honor 9.
Repeated headbutts from Richards.
No regard for his own well-being, looking to deliver punishment.
As he softened him up enough to get the superplex.
My goodness, oh!
Needs to go for the cover here. He does. But the shoulder is up at 2.5.
Oh, look at this, though. Right into the ankle lock.
Daniels reaches the ropes. Such a physical matchup. Taking a lot out of both athletes. Hard kick.
The pacing of this matchup is playing right into the American Wolf's hands.
Just brutal shots. As well conditioned as Daniels is, how many more shots like that can he take? He's trying to get himself fired up here. Firing back on Davey Richards.
Forearm strikes from both sides. My goodness!
Kawada kicks from Richards. Palm strikes from Daniels. More Kawada kicks.
What an amazing sequence from both athletes!
They're both still up. Alarm clock. Blue Thunder Bomb. Can't go for a cover. Richards trying to get back to his feet. He does.
How does this happen?
STO.
Here we go. Got it. Koji clutches hook. Center of the ring.
Will Richards give it up? He escapes into the ankle lock.
Perhaps the only way to counter out of that hold. And Richards knew it.
Daniels turns it around on him.
Daniels has been in that ankle lock before, facing the likes of Kurt Angle.
Through the ropes and to the floor he goes. Watch out for Davey. He went for the dive earlier.
Oh!
This time he nails it. Not only absorbing such brutal maneuvers from their opponent, but both men taking those physical risks in hopes of earning the victory tonight. Davey soars into the first row. Trying to pull himself up after slamming Daniels back first into the barricade.
Davey trying to collect his faculties. Figure out how to get back into the fight. That is someone who will do anything he can to become ROH World Champion. Richards won't stop until he wins the gold.
The same can be said for Christopher Daniels, though. He's still in this fight himself. I hope Roderick Strong watches footage of this match to see who's coming for his belt. Big boot from Davey Richards, but Daniels staying on his feet as they exchange shots.
How do they do it? How do these two men continue to stand and go toe-to-toe with one another?
Handspring enziguri connects. Only two.
As has been the case, this crowd is split. Mutual respect for both men.
Oh yeah, fans of both competitors in attendance. They appreciate their determination and their athletic ability.
Davey somehow trying to find a way to hoist Daniels out of there. Oh my goodness, blasted him right behind the ear.
Going back to that waist lock. Looked like maybe he was going for a German suplex, but lancing him up top. Perhaps a superplex coming up from Davey Richards.
It's the second time Daniels has been in trouble up there. Can he find a way to counter out again? Yes, he does.
All the way to the top goes Daniels, but here comes Richards.
Look out! Waistlock German! Oh my goodness!
Cover!
From the top rope, turned inside out, lands flat, cover and only a two, and Kyle O'Reilly now.
Encouraging Davey Richards to follow up a German superplex, but can't put Daniels away. Maybe the shooting star. Back fist from Daniels. Going for a superplex of his own or top rope Angel's wings.
Shots to the midsection. Headbutt now. Daniels weakened in the knees as Davey Richards on the top rope.
Shooting star!
Wait, into the coaching clutch! How did he do that? And will Richards have to tap? Paul Turner's right there.
He's not giving it up.
One of the most remarkable physical sequences we've seen in Ring of Honor this year.
He gets the ropes.
Oh!
How do you catch someone out of midair going for a shooting star press into a submission hold?
And then how do you not score victory from that move? That's what Daniels is asking himself right now. What will he have to do to defeat a man who simply does not want to be defeated?
Both men out on the apron. Dangerous territory.
In the ring, guys.
Chopping away at the chest of Richards. Ran right into the boot, though.
Boy, this is real danger zone out here. Paul Turner politely imploring them to get back into the ring, allowing them to fight their way through anything that they've done here tonight. Oh, no. All the way to the floor.
Maybe blocking the attempt. Trying his best.
Death Valley driver on the apron. Spine first on the unforgiving outside of the ring.
Both men tumble all the way to the floor. It may have gotten to the point that neither man can continue. Such physical punishment in this match. They have 20 seconds on the floor. It would not surprise me one bit if this was a double count out here.
Davey Richards' body literally bounced off of the apron after being sent down from the top rope with that Death Valley driver. The human body is not meant to be put in positions like that. I don't care if you're Davey Richards or anybody. At some point, there has to be a breaking point to the human anatomy.
You'd think so, but there are times that I believe Davey Richards isn't human. He's going to get up. He's trying to get up.
Davey just asked Kyle O'Reilly at ringside what happened. That is amazing. And that he's able to somehow find a way to crawl back to his feet.
18. 2 more seconds to get back inside. 19.
And just as Paul Turner was about to call for the bell, Richards rolls back in.
Paul strikes from Daniels. The last one sends him to the floor again. Angel's wings.
Got him! What a win for Christopher. No!
Davey kicked out. Daniels can't believe it.
The move that has defeated everyone all over the world. Richards somehow kicks out. I am dumbfounded. I am awestruck at what we are witnessing here tonight.
This is Ring of Honor. This is the competition these men crave. Trying to prove that they are the best in the world. Uranagi plants him. Best moonsaults ever. Will that get the job done for Daniel?
Look at this! The catch out of midair now! I don't believe this!
Has the ankle lock cinched in. Caught him out of midair. Going for the best moonsault ever. Much like Daniels did for the shooting star Preston Davey Richards. Roll up.
The counter. Oh! Deep into the breadbasket goes the boot of Davey Richards. Oh, man!
Big clothesline, but only 2. Richards getting all fired up. What a combination.
Ooh!
Knockout kick. Cover.
2. Oh! This has been what ROH fans in Chicago and all across the world have dreamed of.
DR driver, he's got it. Daniels with the shoulder up. Back to the ankle lock.
What will Davey have to do to keep Daniels down? Can either man possibly be defeated?
Can he free himself from the ankle lock?
Not this time. He's on the opposite leg this time. Oh! And back into that inverted maneuver again.
Reaching for the ropes.
And he can't. He taps. Christopher Daniels taps. Davey Richards wins.
What an unbelievable match.
A remarkable display of tenacity and skill from two of the best. Each with a date with destiny. ROH World Championship opportunities await. Will either man claim the crown? Who will emerge as the ROH World Champion? Who will go down in history as the best of the best?
And thanks for being so outspoken. I appreciate that. Davey Richards, 6 months ago, brought back to a Ring of Honor ring for the first time in 3 years. And all I wanted was all that I've ever wanted was an opportunity to show that I was one of the best in the world. And I knew that the best way to do that, the best way to prove it, not only to these people, but to myself, was to get in the ring with you and take you to the limit. And it may have taken 6 months, but when the time came, you stood like a man, and you gave me that shot, and in the end, you got your hand raised. So all I can say to that is, Davey, thank you for not just giving me 100%, not just 110%, but every fiber of your being. Thank you for giving me every beat of your heart, every drop of your sweat, every bit of your blood to make this match mean what it meant to me. And if I have to lose a match, I'm not ashamed to lose a match to a man as talented as you, Davey Richards.
You know, Chris, you can thank me for giving you 100%, but let's talk reality. This company wouldn't be here for me to give 100%, or people like Kyle O'Reilly to make his name in it, if it wasn't like people like Christopher Daniels. I can remember, Chris, sitting on Tony Casino's living room floor, watching DVDs of you wrestling, thinking, man, if I could ever get as good as him, maybe I could be here in this spring one day. Fast forward, and I'm here. But But what I thought then, what I know now, what I have felt all along, is the fallen angel puts the honor in Ring of Honor. Now, they say this is 6 months in the making. I don't know, Chris. I think these people would agree with me. I think the thing between me and you is just the beginning. You see, I won tonight, but these people know me. I'm a wolf. I dominate the competition. That's what I do. Tyler Black, dominate. Go to Japan, Koji Kanemoto, dominate. Christopher Daniels, not so much. Just barely won. So if these people agree with me, if the people in the back agree with me, I say somewhere down the road, Davey Richards, Christopher Daniels, one more time. Now, I thank the competition. I thank this company for giving me the opportunity to wrestle. Last, definitely not least, thank you, Chicago. Thank you for allowing me to be a wrestler. Thank you for giving me the chance to be in the ring with this man. Thank you. Good night. We are